In this video, you will learn how to use Pixverse AI from your first upload to your first finished video. Even if you've never used it before, this is where you start. This is where our journey begins, Pixverse.ai. First, we're going to create an account, and once you've created an account, we're going to log in. Once you're logged in, it will bring you to this window, where we basically have a complete overview. In the top right-hand side, the most important part for if you're on a paid account is your credits, which you can see here. Then there's an overview on the home page of all the different types of content that others have created. Video content about the World Cup, integrations, you can put yourself in videos, very cool. If you click here, you will get access to templates that you can use as video models. You can see there's a large variety, hundreds of them to choose from. Then there's some challenges that you can participate in to basically get free credits, trial subscriptions and stuff. Might be interesting if you have leftover time. We will be focusing primarily on the Creation tab. On the Creation tab is basically your control panel to generate assets out of Pixverse. These could be videos, images, audios, and even as far as mini apps. Now, this all works based on a prompting window that you will see here at the bottom. You can make it smaller. You can basically make it bigger by clicking on it. And through this, we're basically going to generate the assets that we want to create, starting off with a video. I have a separate video on this channel that covers the details of image to video with Pixverse, but I will walk you through it step by step here as well. Now, you can paste a prompt here. You can write it yourself. I, most of the time, as you can see on the amount of videos that I've created, use Claude AI to write me a prompt and then copy paste the prompt here. So the prompt goes here. And then you have the choice of adding a source file, but this is not required. You can also do it without. It obviously says image and text. So if you don't use an image, it will have less significant context to refer to. Now here at the bottom, we have very important details for the video. One is the resolution. 360p is the lowest quality, 1080p is the highest quality. And what's important to note is that you will see the credits change. In addition to that, if you change it higher, the credits become more expensive because the quality is higher. For most platforms, if you want to use these videos on social media, at least 720p is recommended for the best distribution of the algorithm. When we look at aspect ratios, we can see a large different variety from horizontal to vertical. Vertical is obviously what you'll be using for things like Facebook Reels, TikTok, Instagram Reels, etc., YouTube Shorts. And then you have your classic 16:9, but also 1:1, which is basically square ratio. On the duration side, so this doesn't change any credit amount. As you can see, we can just click all of them. For this example, I will leave it on 916, which is the real format. The duration, however, goes from 1 to 15, and every second is 10 credits, as you can see. So we're putting out 15 seconds for 150 credits. In addition, you can choose to have guided audio, which is native to the model, or you can turn this off. If you're not going to use it anyway, better turn it off because it consumes less credits. If you want multi-shot, basically having it from different angles recorded, which I would highly recommend, it makes the video more engaging and interactive. This is possible with the multi-shot feature, which is only available for videos longer than 5 seconds. Then you have a panel with seeding. This is more of an advanced feature. I would recommend if you're a beginner, as this is a beginner tutorial, to leave that as is. Just don't touch that. The models that can be used. It says Pixverse V6 by default, but through Pixverse, you have a full integration to everything else. So we have Pixverse C1, doesn't change any of the credits. Here we have Seedance 2.0 and different variations of it. So if we select Seedance 2.0, we can select Seedance Standard. And you can see through that, if we leave everything else the same, the credits are a lot more expensive than V6. 120 compared to 450. You have Gemini Omni Flash at 320 credits. You got Kling 3.0. Let's go with standard. 160 credits, which is not too bad. They integrated Happy Horse, a large variety of other models. Now, this is where experimentation comes in. Some might be better for what you would want to do. Some are less good. What is a fact is that Pixverse V6 is the latest model, obviously from Pixverse, and it's the most efficient when it comes to cost to quality ratio. And that's the reason I'm using Pixverse, because one, it's relatively cheap for the quality that it produces. Then you can have, if you have an extensive prompt, different variations of the video, up to 4 different ones. Now, do note that that's not free. For each of these variations, you will need to pay with credits, 120 credits each. If the prompt is too undetailed, meaning too simple, just 1 or 2 sentences, it's extremely likely that these variations will be so close together that you might hardly be able to tell the difference. It is not possible to tell Pixverse variation 1, variation 2, variation 3, variation 4. That's not possible. It will blend everything into one. I have tried that before, which I can actually show you the example of. I will have to scroll a little bit, but I think that is a very relevant example. Because the variations are very, very powerful if you have detailed prompts with larger extensions. So this is the one which I was testing 4 different variations on an image. It didn't work. It included everything into one. And here I tried it again. It didn't work. It was a repetitive model, right? Well, don't mind the meme style images. This is Facebook content that's performing really well for me. But as you can see, it didn't work. So a multi-stage prompt doesn't work. Now on the images, so this is basically video, right? What we're referring to here. On the images, the options are a lot more simple. Just write the prompt, again, use Claude, use a source image if you'd want to, and you can choose 720p or 1080p, and then the different dimensions. Images, fortunately, are a lot faster to render than video. An image rendering with QN usually takes just about a second or 2. Now, there's a large variety of different models, again, that you can choose from. You can experiment which suits your needs best. The nice part is about QN on Pixverse is that with Pixverse AI and using this model, the images that are generated are free, which is a massive plus compared to other models. Before I was using Pixverse AI, I was using Higgsfield, where I would have to pay for every single image that I was generating, which was less ideal. Then if we go to the audio tab, audio here, this is basically a full integration with 11 Labs. It also has some Minimax options. You can see 11 Labs V3 is available. However, you cannot choose from all the voices. So there's a massive list, right, to choose from, but this is only maybe 5% of the actual voices available if you go directly to 11 Labs. Now, there's a music, there's a voice option. Give it basically the maximum 5,000 characters. So if you have a voice longer than 5,000 characters, you have to do it directly into 11 apps with the project feature there. Now, if we go to the panel, you have different options on stability, boost, speed. Usually when I render a sample, as I've done here a couple of days ago, I like to send that to Claude to match the pacing of the samples that I gave it, and it will tell me to adjust it accordingly. If you want it to be more stable, right? Put the stability up. Less stable. You would have to play around with these metrics. The speed is obviously the easiest indicator to see, does it talk too slow? Does it talk too fast? If you click here, you're able to basically play the different voices, get a preview of what they sound like before you actually commit and render. And then you can select the language in which it needs to be rendered. That's kind of based on what you're typing here anyway. If you want to type in English, render a different language, I would suggest to use Google Translate or a professional translation service. It's better if the source language matches the actual file. And then you press create and then it will be harvested here. So that's an explanation on the 3 different models that are core to Pixverse AI: video creation, image creation, audio creation. Now, once you've created the files for an image, you can click on the image, you see the details. You can make edits to it. You can extend the image, meaning that I want, for example, the borders to be bigger like that. Or I can include it in a storyboard to make a movie. I can also use it for different things, to generate a new image, to make a video, use it inside the template, use it as a transition component, or use it as reference. What you'll be able to see is that all these options are available here as well. And that's basically how it interlinks, basically quick. You can also tell it when you don't like things, when it keeps rendering things you don't like. However, I haven't seen much improvement doing that. You can delete things by clicking delete. You can save it as like a favorite, and there's a sub menu for that. You can send it to people or you can download it. Now, if you're on the free version, basically most of the images will be watermarked, depending on if you're using promotional credits or not. If you are on a paid version, as soon as you press download, it's always watermark free. This both goes for images and videos combined. It's the same. On the video options, we see we have a couple different ones. We have adding speech to it, adding sound effects, modifying the clip, resizing it, making it from 720p to 1080p. For example, if the video is really successful, you want to broadcast it further for whatever use that you have, you might want to upscale it or extend it by another 10-15 seconds. Now, that's the full coverage on the video, images, and audio. However, as you can see, there's a lot more options, and we will cover these options as well. However, as I said, the creation part is the core of the platform. When you go to agent, this is a pre-sample of an AI agent possibility of what it can do. Now, it consumes quite a lot of credits. I made some examples before where it kind of just takes 400 credits. The problem is when you write what you want to do, you select the model here, the images, the videos, whatever you want, the skills you wanted to use. It doesn't tell you how many credits it's consuming. It completes the task and then just deducts the credits. Fortunately, I typed something very simple. It deducted about 480 credits. And for me, I could have done that with Claude myself. Get the prompt and then run it that way. However, I think this is more of an experimental feature. As you can see, there's not that many templates yet. It is something that they're working on. They're taking in active feedback. So if you take the survey as seen here, you can earn 300 free credits. Now, the canvas is very interesting. It opens in a separate topic because it's quite big. You have Discover, Projects, Inspiration. I have no projects. You can get inspiration from the Plaza, and you have a discovery overview. So you have a lot of very popular ones. So this one has over 8,000 views. And this is a movie, as you can see. Right, a trailer render. But the interesting part is you can get the recipe as well of these public items, which basically shows you the canvas of how it was generated and how they prompted everything together, which you can see this was seed dance clips, very, very interesting. The prompts with the content, you can basically just scroll through it to see, zoom in to see what they've been doing. Now, for each of these on the canvas side, you can do that and get the recipe of all the inspiration pieces that are on the Inspiration Plaza. Now, the projects there, if you click here and create new project, you can create your own spider web of different assets, connecting them, generating larger pieces just to keep everything nice and structured inside Pixverse AI. So you're not dealing with 100 different assets in 100 different places, including prompts, images, videos. So a very nice tool if you're into that canvas. Mini apps is something that is significantly present on the e-commerce side, things from storyboards, telling it, overall product demos, sound effect generators. Like it's more attached to the e-commerce side, something that I haven't really played around with myself too much. I'm quite interested in the storyboard component. But if you have anything that's relevant here, so ad master, promo mix, product video mix, these are all relative components, obviously, that all use the underlying creation video component. So this is also all able to be done manually. So for example, the video resize is just the video extension, right? It's filling in, it's resizing it and then filling in the surroundings. So everything is available under the creation video option as well. Then when we go to Marketing Hub, you can choose e-commerce or real estate, so it's very business focused. You can basically integrate your URL and choose if you want to use your own avatar or you want to use Pixverse native avatar and then the different styles that they have available. But you can see this is e-commerce heavy. It does say e-commerce. You can change it to real estate and there are some samples. So for real estate, there's not even any samples. For e-commerce, it is very basic. What we've seen other platforms do is more advanced, and therefore I have not used the Marketing Hub. Something that is not really for beginners, but I will address it because it's in the main menu, is the CLI option that we're seeing here, which is basically access for your agent to basically harvest and create content in Pixverse by itself. So the core options that it can control is creating video, images, music, voice, basically all of the features available by itself by integrating the Pixverse CLI into your agent operating system. Interesting, but advanced, not something for beginners. The content that you've posted publicly, if you would want to share it, you could do so. And then on subscription, you'll basically see the subscription that you're on. I'm on the Pro subscription. You see how many credits you have left and when it renews. All in all, a great tool, simple to use. At the moment, one of the most cost-efficient tools that you can use for image and video generation. This was the full beginner's guide. If you have any specific questions or features that I've missed, feel free to ask your questions in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to have a look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.